I speak now, not as a myth, not as a god who never bleeds, but as a human heart, a heart that learned how deep it could crack, and yet loved deeply. I loved you in the quiet ways first, the ways that don't announce themselves, well, the ways that happen before courage arrives. You entered the room, and the room forgot how to hold my attention. Faces blurred into furniture, voices dissolved into weather. And there you were, not louder, not brighter, just different, just you, as if my soul had been rehearsing for your arrival long before my eyes ever met you. You saw me, not the curated version, not the brave mask I show strangers, but the tender flesh underneath, the unfinished sentences, the old griefs stacked like letters I never mailed, the places where I am soft because I was once broken. You looked at me and didn't flinch. You looked at me and you stayed. In a world addicted to glancing, you witnessed. And in that witnessing, something ancient in me exhaled. I had lived so long believing love was only a dream, shallow grand gestures, false declarations, loud storms, chaos. But you taught me that love can be still, that it can sit beside you and not ask you to perform. With you, I did not need to earn warmth. I was allowed to just exist without auditioning for worth, without putting on a costume. And your eyes, God, your eyes, they were not just beautiful, they were inhabited. They carried histories, unhealed wars, curiosity, pain, and yet a spark that ignited me. I loved staring into them because they spoke in languages older than speech. Every glance was a story, every pause a confession. I could get lost there. Not the kind of loss that terrifies, but the kind that finally feels like home. Your smile undid me. Not perfect, but honest. It arrived with hesitation, sometimes as if checking whether joy was allowed. And that made it sacred when it bloomed. It felt like sunlight remembering my name, your voice. It wrapped around my senses, lowered my defenses, taught my pulse how to slow. You could say my name, and it sounded like forgiveness. You could be silent and still say everything. Your touch, tender, never empty. Your caresses were conversations. Asking instead of asking, listening with hands. You touched me like I was not temporary. You held me like I mattered beyond the moment. And my love for you, it was fire. Yes, but not the kind that burns. No, the kind that consumes. It was the hearth fire, the kind that warms your hands after long winters of loneliness, the kind that asks, what can we become? Instead of, what can I take? I loved you loudly, inside, and intensely out loud. I loved you in the future tense, imagining ordinary miracles, shared mornings, inside jokes that grow old, silences that feel like prayer. I loved you in the present, the sacrilege of your presence, the gravity of your nearness. I loved you, even in fear, even when I sensed that love alone might not be enough to save us. Because the truth, no one prepares your heart for, is that love can be vast, pure, undeniable, and still not be chosen. Not because it wasn't real, not because it wasn't deep, but because love, as powerful as it is, is not the same as choosing each other every day, especially when it's hard. And so we stood there, two people holding a universe between them, learning the most painful lesson of all, that wanting is not the same as having, that devotion requires decision, and that timing can wound even the sincerest of hearts. Loving you taught me, love is not proven by intensity, but by choice, by the quiet, daily courage to walk in the same direction. And though my heart screamed to follow you to the ends of the earth, wisdom, cruel but kind, asked me to let you go. Letting you go did not mean unloving you. It meant carrying you differently. You are no longer beside me, but you are within me, woven into my language, my thresholds, my capacity to feel. You left fingerprints on my soul that time cannot erase. Some loves don't end. They change direction. It hurts. Maybe not as it used to, but deeply a till, like an ache that knows your name, like a song that still plays after the room has emptied. I will go on, not because I stopped loving you, but because loving you taught me how to survive loss without closing my heart. I will build a life from the lessons, from the tenderness, from the truth you awakened in me. I hope, with a hope that is not possessive, that is not bitter, that you find the happiness I could not give you. I hope someone chooses you with both hands, with clarity, with courage. You deserve a love that consumes you as you consumed me. And maybe, if the universe is kind, if our souls are given another chance, we will meet again in another life, older, wiser, ready. Maybe then, love will not have to fight timing. Maybe then, choosing will come as naturally as breathing. Until then, know this: you were real, you mattered, you were loved in a way that changed me forever. And if you, listening now, have felt a love like this, the kind that breaks you open and makes you better at the same time, then you know what real love is. If this touched something in you, subscribe to my channel and drop a heart for the love that once found you, or the love you're still waiting for.